This is what I was confused about. Why were you doing everydays?
So
with no like, I mean, from what it sounds like end goal. Just making art every day.
Just to get better.
Why?
So yeah, just honestly to get better. But like honestly, since my parents got me a computer in fourth grade, I was in fourth grade, which was like 1940, which was like 1992 or something. And so
Hold on a second.
What's up?
Y'all are 3 years apart in age.
I don't think anyone's gonna find it as like enthralling as you.
I
Like
mean,
it's like I was like this. I was. Oh wait, you got
funny,
one right
bro.
there. You got one person.
That is so funny.
I'm not sure why that is.
No, it's like a thing for the kids, man. It's a whole thing.
No,
They do
because
it
you
all.
have it all
I think it's
together.
because you have
You have it together.
He means because you have $90 million. That's all.
Okay, yeah, I don't have that.
You have it. You know what's going on. Look at him.
No idea what's happening.
He's doing fine. But no, I was always like interested in making digital art, and it was always something that was just like, super like exciting to me and super fun. And like the money part of it was nothing, no part of that. I wasn't making any money. There was no way to make money. It was just like, I love making this. I have to make this stuff. Like,
So interesting.
no part of it, it was just purely out of the like passion of creating this stuff and like, can I make this stuff? The challenge of like making this stuff. And so when I started the Everydays, it was just literally to get better at making pictures. Like that was the entire reason of it. And I started out drawing. And then after the first year, started using the computer to make like 3D images like that.
And you kept all of them throughout the course.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like a testament or like to people who are out there creating right now, that they should be kind of protective and safe keep all of their work? Like, did you know when you were making piece number 272, like that you should have piece number 272?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know why I would like delete it. It's definitely something that I think I would always assume people are going to give a shit what you're doing, like very far in the future. And I'm honestly now thinking like, well, after I die, like how is this stuff going to look? How is this stuff going to be like, sort of like perceived? How is it going to be sort of like released and viewed by the like public? So I would definitely always sort of like err on the side of that, especially because, there's no reason not to keep these things and sort of like as much as you can.
Have you thought about anything you can do to showcase your work to people in the year 4852? Like, have you come up with any plan? Like, if there was a nuclear explosion, or if anything like that happened, to make sure that your legacy lives on for the new breed of humanoids?
Well,
for human number one in the future.
Technically, I mean, yes, in a way. I mean, to me, it is something I have kind of like thought about in a way, not for the year 4000 per se, but it is sort of like something that it does kind of like cross my mind in terms of like, okay, what is going to like keep something alive? Because at the end of the day, most art literally just ends up as trash. It's something that somebody has on the wall, and then somebody's like, no, I don't kind of like it. And then, even popular things, they, museums, they have stuff and then they take it off the wall and then they put it in storage, and then eventually they've got too much storage, and then they give it to sometimes hospitals or things like that, and then the hospital will put it on the wall for a while, and then literally eventually they'll be like, this looks outdated, whatever, we're getting new stuff, and it'll go to a flea market, and then it'll go to a thing, and then it will literally end up in the trash.
Does that sadden you?
That's almost all art.
Wow.
And so that's just literally what happens.
Yeah. And
so how can you sort of like combat that is to, again, try and come up with ideas that are genuinely new and novel and something people have not done before. And in terms of the like physicality of like keeping this stuff, I do think about like, okay, having stuff with like the blockchain, but at the end of the day, the blockchain might fail. Like, we can't sit here and say
don't
that.
you dare say that.
I
Don't you dare say that.
But
I got a bored ape that says you better be fucking lying.
But again, you think about hundreds of years, and it's sort of like, I don't know, maybe something else comes out or this. Or again, you're thinking about like, think how fast things change, and then you apply that to like 150 years, and you said 4,000 years. And so it's like having physical objects. But one other thing that I did that also, in terms of thinking about that, is with my pieces that I give out this little hair vial. and it actually has a tiny piece of my hair in it. So I am actually spreading my DNA
Yeah.
all over the world with these little hair vials. So theoretically, in the year 4000, you could bring me back with these little hair vials.
They're starting to do a lot of work with that. We've talked about it on the show before. They can cryogenically freeze your head right now, I think. I think there's
there's
pricing
people-
structure for it.
they
you
just
could
can't
do it.
reanimate.
Well, yeah,
you
there's
could
nothing
do
they
it.
can do with it now. So I think they'll do your head for like 80 grand.
What?
They'll do your or they'll do your body for 80. They'll do your head for like 20 or something. They'll do your pet for less than that. So if you want
Nah.
to, I think the pet's interesting.
You can clone your pet legally in Korea.
Really?
Is
That's
that
very
really?
interesting.
Yeah, that's on
And
God.
get it actually made into like a same pet?
It is the exact same pet.
Oh, you can actually clone it.
See,
You know-
that's some fucking Pet Cemetery shit, man.
It's-
I
it's
don't
odd.
know about that.
It's odd.
shit.
I don't know if I would-
Yeah,
I love
fucking
my dog
Cujo
to
comes
death,
to
but,
fucking.
like-
Only the old guy's gonna get the reference,
I
man.
don't. Okay. Yeah, you
Only
guys
us
don't
do.
know what
I know
the fuck
Cujo.
I'm talking about.
Cujo.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have a dog?
I do not. I'm one of the only people on Earth who do not have a dog. I think. Does anybody else here not have a dog? No, you all have fucking
I mean, our
dogs.
families
Okay,
do.
come-
Dylan, well, because Dylan's a cat.
Yeah, he's a
But
cat.
you guys travel a lot, though.
All
But
the
like
time.
everybody, like every one of our neighbors, like everybody knows.
Wait, I'm just curious. How do you get the hair? The process of putting it in the vial, is it with scissors? You cut it like a couple locks. And
So
or you
it's
pull
got the hair vial has a little synthetic hair from a Beeple that we actually. So a Beeple is like a toy from the 80s. It looks like a little Ewok toy. It's like a little stuffed
Oh,
animal.
I was gonna
toy.
ask how you got that
you can,
name.
Like, pull it up. It's like a little like stuffed animal. It's like this big, and like you can get them on eBay for now a couple $100. The price is going up, but like.
Stocks up.
Yeah, and so it's like mostly hair from that, but it's also a little bit of hair from haircuts that was saved from haircuts, and they were put in by like tweezers, and in the vial is like a tiny bit of like real hair.